Hey guys, this is Winning from the Mindset to Money community, and we are back with another one. Today, I'm going to be talking to one of the founders of the Mindset to Money community, Thomas K.R. Stovall, where he's going to give us a quick overview on how to start your new online course in just 10 days. And that's going to be held in the Mindset to Money membership. Thomas has built an online framework that has helped subject matter experts earn 4 to 5 to 6 figure program launches. He is the real deal. Thomas, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me on. Really looking forward to the interview. Thanks again.
Awesome. All right, so let's just get right into it. Can you first start by just telling us a little bit about yourself?
So a little about myself, sure. Dad of two amazing boys, 3-year-old Cannon, 4-year-old Trip, who I have with my amazing partner, Ina. We have been in each other's lives since my sophomore year at Tennessee State, her freshman year in college where we met. And a little bit about a little bit about my background is I have an electrical engineering degree from Tennessee State and started my first business out of my college dorm room selling luxury custom wheels and performance tires from New York to California. I should mention I've never actually used my engineering degree, so that's a fun fact. So I did the custom wheel sales all through college. And at 25, I got an opportunity to move out to LA, and I actually apprenticed with a real estate private equity investment firm, learned a ton about how money moves at the highest levels, high net worth rooms. Another great conversation for another day. Came back to Chicago about a year later and saved up about $3,000 working for 6 months at the only job I've ever had as an adult person. And I used that for a down payment on my first investment property. And I was able to turn that into a 7-figure real estate investment firm inside of it's about 18 months on the south side of Chicago. And what was more impressive was the meteoric crash that I had 4 years later. And I had to start over at 30 years old and literally move back in with my mom and my dad. Uh, I'm blessed I had that option, but that was super humbling, humiliating. Confidence was definitely destroyed. It took me a couple years to really climb out of that mental and emotional ditch, and I did. And I launched an enterprise software company in 2012. I still have that company today. It's now a patented microfeedback platform, which I'm super proud of. Even though that company makes no money, it's pretty cool to know that I have a software patent. And today I have a few small companies and projects. I take on 2 to 3 one-to-one consulting clients per year in a coaching capacity. That's through my consulting company, Intention Mastery. I'm a consistent guest lecturer at Northwestern Kellogg University on sales and personal branding, one of their highest rated guest lecturers for a few years now. Through my online education company, Luminary, I have courses, small group trainings, things that help subject matter experts to turn their expertise into passive income online through automated online courses, training focused membership offers. So that's the kind of thing that I'm currently up to right now.
Man, you are such a great success story. How did you get started in the online education space, building courses and training other subject matter experts how to do the same?
Yeah, how did I get started in the online education space? So during my journey as a Black founder, I also created a membership organization called I'm Black in Tech. It was for other founders who were creating startups. It grew to organically grew to 6,000 members across 16 countries. And these are folks who had raised and generated close to, at this point, over $500 million in their startups. Um, as a result of that work, in 2016, I was selected as one of 7 entrepreneurs in residence for Google across the country. And it really exposed me to the startup world on a national scale, on a global scale too. And, you know, after that, I mean, throughout a couple decades, honestly, after and before that, I've always done trainings for other small business owners, group trainings, masterminds, stuff like that. I've always wanted to show people kind of the mistakes I've made and how to not make them, how to accelerate progress. In Q1 2018, one of the 7 people in a mastermind that I was hosting was a young lady who I'd met a couple years prior during the technology days at a training in San Francisco for Google, the entrepreneur residence thing I just mentioned. And she had an online course to train people how to launch online courses. She'd done around 170 grand the year before and wanted to crack $1 million that following year. And so she signed up for my mastermind, and she emerged from that mastermind 3 months later, and she was well on her way to doing $1 million. She ended up doing 3 million in sales that year, and she's generated over 20 million in revenue since. And for those of you who are familiar with the online education space, you probably know that you can probably guess that that young woman is Danielle Leslie. What I saw in Danielle's success was honestly that the online education space was just this super scalable opportunity to take your knowledge, package it up in a very particular way, offer it to the public, and make tens of thousands of dollars extremely quickly if you're an expert in something. And I like the model for all the same reasons that I like real estate investing: lump sums of money. Yes, I'll take that. Scalability. Yes, please. Early retirement. I'll take one of those. So that was kind of what I saw. And I spent close to 2 years after that mastermind testing, templatizing a framework that I architected and custom built from the ground up to take my existing attraction-based marketing and sales frameworks that I've been teaching other entrepreneurs for years, but always in private groups, and really model it specifically for the online education space. So I built this for me, and to take my curriculum and put it out online. But somewhere along the way, there were so many people, other experts, who were reaching out to me, who were in similar places in their career where they wanted to stop trading hours for dollars and start really turning their expertise into passive income through courses. They started asking me to build them. And I realized that the opportunity was like really to take my system for getting all this information out of my head or an expert's head, reframed into a product, and quickly sold to their warm network. That was really something that people were asking me for over and over and over. So I didn't realize it at the time, but my focus on building a system that did not require ads, that was totally automated, did not require sales calls, and also allowed people who were experts to make that money on those sales without them needing to show up and do ongoing coaching and consulting and, selling those courses for $2, $3, $5,000 a pop. That was not the industry norm. Like usually these things are sold through sales calls, and I didn't want to do that work. So I built mine to be an automated network, and I also didn't want to have to do ads. I wanted to be able to amplify from my existing warm network. So that's what I built. And it turns out that a lot of folks who were experts in something were tired of working so hard, and they wanted the exact same thing. So that is how I got into the online education space, really quite by accident.
Wow, we are talking to the real deal right here. Okay, so you kind of went over this, but what are some of the benefits of creating an online course?
Yeah, the benefits of creating online courses. I would say number one, the biggest benefit is turning your expertise into passive income. We understand physical assets like real estate, but our brain, our knowledge is an asset. And even if you're coaching, training, speaking, consulting, and making $10,000 an hour from stage, I make that, and I've made that, and I know a lot of experts who do. It's not just that 1 hour. There's the prep time, there's the travel, there's being away from your family, there's all the stuff that goes with trading hours for dollars. And at some point, you want to be able to capitalize on your knowledge without trading more time. So I think that's one of the biggest benefits. Number two is in an online course that is automated, where your sales system is automated. And I want to distinguish this because a lot of people sell courses where they still have to show up and they still have to do some sort of live training every time. They still have to do coaching calls, strategy calls, one-to-one sessions, group sessions. I'm talking about courses where you sell it, it's done, it's digital content, people get a desired result. You don't have to do anything else, and you're selling these for $2,000 to $5,000 a pop. That is something that even if you only sell 2 a month, I mean, it's like 4 or 5, 10 grand extra per month, and you don't have to do anything, including the sale. So when it's an automated course, I think that's super valuable. When you're doing a membership subscription, where unlike a course, there is a recurring monthly, quarterly, or yearly payment that somebody's getting access to. Maybe you show up for a couple hours a month of Q&A or office hours, but that to me lives much more like a piece of real estate where you're getting paid, either monthly, quarterly, or yearly on this asset that you've created that takes very little time for you to actually manage. So I love that aspect of it. And in my mind, again, it lives like, coming from real estate investing, it lives like a piece of real estate. I love that you can set up a system to really help people learn without needing to teach live and still produce predictable results. Usually if it's a coaching program, that's different, right? Versus a program where you're giving people a process that if they follow that process, they'll get a result. A coaching program usually requires you to show up, but I like courses that are based on process, that you can give it to a particular person. If they follow it, if they meet a certain set of criteria, they're going to get the result. I like that model because I can help thousands of people versus 1 or 2 or 5 or 10. And I love the fact that whether one person buys or whether 100 people buy, my work does not change. The automated system manages fulfillment, and it allows for scalability without me needing to do more work. So I love those aspects.
All right. Well, here's something that many people want to know. Can you share some of the earnings from courses you've helped other experts create?
Yeah, some of the earnings from courses I've helped other people create. So, I mean, there's a number of different case studies. I'll pull from some that that are some of my favorites. So, there's a woman named Marky Lemons, who she's a nationally recognized realtor, speaker. She has a community of a few thousand people on Facebook, but she couldn't figure out quite how to monetize that community. And I showed her my framework, gave her the exact outline, and Marky was able to go from 0 to $123,000 in sales in 14 days. And I told her that she would. I've got the email screenshotted where I told her that she would. And it's just a numbers game. If you have a certain type of following and you have a certain level of expertise, it is a foregone conclusion that you would generate thousands to tens of thousands, and in some cases, like Marky's, hundreds of thousands of dollars very quickly inside of a very systematized course launch. And I think since then, in the last year and a half, she's done close to $400,000 now, because that was a membership offer that she launched, which she had a great renewal rate after year 1. So that's one example. Danielle and I, inside of the Real Estate Profit Lab business, which is now known as Mindset to Money, we took one of her existing ebooks that was selling for $21. We took the 30 chapters of that ebook and turned them into live trainings delivered inside of a membership subscription model. So the exact same content repurposed with videos around it. And we were able to turn that into a membership offering called Side Hustle Heavy. And we did $44,000 in 17 days off of what was previously a $21 ebook. We've also done, 80,000 in 4 hours on different program offers. We've done 85,000 in a day, like Black Friday. So things like that. What else? An artist. So I'll try to give you guys some different use cases. So an artist here in Chicago, nationally recognized fine art photographer. His name is Clifton Henry. He wanted to pre-sale his next body of work. So I helped him to put together a campaign using this framework that was 5 days, no ads, 7 emails, and Clifton did $55,000 in sales in 5 days on a physical product, which is his next body of work. But this is all pre-sale before he ever picked up the camera and shot a shot, right? So, and also a guy named Ernest Curry. So he runs the Profit Room, which is one of the largest trading rooms online. So online group, one of the most technically proficient trading rooms. And Ernest wanted to launch a new program. And so took him through my framework. Ernest did $73,000 in 19 days from zero to his existing community, no ads necessary. So yeah, those are some of the results. But we also have people who just have done 5 or 10 grand on a launch, and that's pretty predictable. Like those are pretty low numbers. If you've got a following, you've got expertise, you've already got a group of people who you sell your coaching, training, speaking, or consulting to. Those are what the numbers have typically looked like.
Okay, so this is clearly a masterclass you guys do not want to miss. Especially if you are an expert in a certain subject, you need to know how to monetize your knowledge this way. Thomas, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, thanks so much, Whitney. I really appreciate you taking time to interview me and allow me to share a little bit about my story, a little bit about why I think this masterclass is going to be awesome for people who are subject matter experts who are really ready to take that next step and turn their expertise into passive income. I'm really looking forward to the masterclass. Thanks again.
All right, if you are not a Mindset to Money member yet, I want you guys to know that we have master classes every single month led by best in class experts from around the country. And it's all on business growth and development, financial management, passive income investing, and more. And it's all inside a framework to guide you to financial autonomy in 5 years or less, regardless of your initial starting point or whatever. Now, doesn't that sound good? All right, I'm going to leave the link in the description to sign up, and I'll see you guys at the masterclass.